Hi, this is Pete with Girls Gone Right,
Hey, it's Megan.
and we are coming at you from Dallas, Texas.
Yeehaw!
We are at YWLS. We've had a fantastic weekend, but something came up, and
We gotta talk about it.
Yeah, we did not want to wait, so we are coming at you live from a lobby. If you hear background noise, it's because this is important, and we'd rather just talk about it.
True. So, today we're gonna address and talk about this whole Nick Merks situation. And if you're unfamiliar with Nick Merks, he is a very popular streamer, gaming streamer on YouTube and on Twitch. On YouTube, he's got 4 million subs, and on Twitch, he's got 6.7 million followers. He did sign an exclusive deal with Twitch a long time ago for like millions, but other than that, he's just a very successful streamer, and people love him. But he made a very controversial tweet the other day in regards to
Controversial.
Yeah, controversial, really. Something that happened at a school board hearing. Basically, it was in response to Antifa kind of showing up, I think, right? Is that right? Antifa
Yeah.
showing up to a school board meeting, starting a fight over Pride Month controversy. So it was a brawl between pro-LGBTQ plus people and anti-LGBTQ plus people. And all he said was, we should just leave the kids out of it, basically. I mean, what? Why is it so controversial?
Apparently, you have to have kids involved in sex. And if
Yeah.
you don't involve children in sex and pedophilia and the LGBTQIA plus whatever flag, then it's wrong. Because kids have to be included in all of these demonic, evil, satanistic, satanic things going on in the world. If we don't bring kids into it, then it's wrong.
No, it's wrong. All he said was, quote, they should leave little children alone. That's the real issue. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with what he said, because what he said is the God honest truth. Leave the kids out of it. Kids don't need to have teachers or school board members trying to coach them or teach them anything about their sexuality. That should be left to the parents. We're not parents, but we were raised by great parents, and those parents taught us what we needed to know at the right time.
School teaches you math, English, reading, behavioral things of how to communicate with other children.
Yeah.
What they don't need to teach you is morals, values, sex, who you should be having sex with,
How you should have sex.
that is not something that a child should learn at home. This is for the parents.
No.
And a parent can't even say that they want to parent their children.
There's a reason why they leave sex ed in high school. Not for elementary aged kids.
But when you come out and you say that you want to parent your own kid, you get canceled. It's taking it too far.
It's too far. It's just too far. So
This is insanity.
it's insanity.
This is crazy.
So what had happened was, so he tweeted that, and then the game esports for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 had created a skin based off Nick Mercs that you could purchase and use in the game, but they had announced that they were removing the skin due to this tweet, which is ridiculous. First of all, we have the right to free speech. So he can say whatever he wants, whether you agree with it or not. That guy's making that game so much money. That was a huge mistake on their part. As a business, that was a horrible business move. Also, I'm not saying that there aren't people in this community that play this game, but I guarantee you that there is a larger number and percentage of people that are not part of this community that play that game. Both TimTheTatman and DrDisrespect, who are also very successful streamers on YouTube, they actually left Twitch to join YouTube because DrDisrespect got banned from Twitch for something as stupid as this. They have both spoken out in support and solidarity for Nick Mercs. While live streaming the other day, DrDisrespect encouraged his viewers to uninstall the game, and he uninstalled the game himself live on his live stream. Then TimTheTatman came out and asked the Modern Warfare store, esports, to remove his skin and his package from the store. If they were going to treat Nick that way, then he didn't want any part of it, and that he said, please remove mine then. which I think is great. And I think more of these gamers and streamers that have such a following, like TimTheTatman, DrDisrespect, Nick Merks, even Z-Laner, they need to come out in support of Nick, and just to show that they have values. Because all these guys have kids, all of them. They know. They know.
And when we see someone or a business bashing our values, we have to stand in solidarity. It matters where we put our time, if we're putting that into watching content that's toxic, if we're giving our money to businesses like Target that is trying to trans our children and indoctrinate our children, that matters. And when we use our voices and we stand with other conservatives to make a difference, that brings change. Like Target moved all of their stuff. They took down all that pride shit. It makes a difference when you stand together. And I know sometimes it doesn't feel like that, because sometimes it does feel like you are the only voice, but sometimes you have to speak up to lead and others will follow. And I think this is a great example of it working. It's a great example of when people use their voices, it works.
And we have to get to a point where we can't rely on other people to speak for us. Like, if you have an opinion and you feel strongly about it in your soul, in your heart, and you want to share that, share it. Don't be afraid, and don't rely on somebody else to say it for you, because we all need to be speaking up about this crap.
And we need to have each other's backs during this movement. Like you saw it with this particular situation, other gamers also seeing that he led the way and they want to follow because they also want to protect the children. It's scary to do it all alone, but know that your voice is being heard. Someone's going to hear that voice, and someone's going to be so glad that you spoke up that it's going to make them want to use their voice as well.
Exactly. Also, I'm actually very proud of them for talking about it and speaking.
Thank gosh.
I know, because they have such an impact. And you may feel like you don't have an impact, but you've got a circle of people around you. If you tell that one person, then that person's going to feel a certain way. And they might go express their opinions and their values and their beliefs. And it's just a ripple effect that can affect a lot of people in a positive way. Like she was talking about with freaking Bud Light and Target, it made an impact.
Your voices
and
were heard.
Yes.
They heard the outroar on social media, and Bud Light stocks are tanking. Target stocks are tanking.
Yeah.
That means what we are doing is working, and I think that's something that we haven't really seen too much of before, because things have just gone too far.
Too far. And I think to kind of really sum it up, Nick Merks' latest tweet is brilliant. He said, "Friends are created in good times, but families are being built through adversity." And I think that's such a great thing to put out there. It's so true. He's got a family of his own, and he's trying to fight for that. He's trying to stand up for his own children, his wife, other people's kids. Leave the kids out of it. I mean, granted, leave Britney alone, but leave the kids alone.
It's just, why do we have to bring kids into sexual fetishes?
We don't.
Why does it matter? Why do we have to pull them into that? Why do we have to drag kids to pride parades and show them what it's like to have a sexual fetish and expose them to this? What happened to protecting the children? If you guys really cared about the children, we wouldn't be exposing them to this. We would be protecting them. We would be showing them morals and values. We wouldn't be infiltrating their mind with this toxicity.
Just nastiness.
Nastiness. I don't want to see it. A lot of people don't want to see it.
I saw a picture, I think it was yesterday, somebody posted of a pride parade in New York City, of course. It was either New York City or DC, of course, where I think it was a man in a thong on all fours.
Oh no.
Twerking, and a mom is holding a toddler like 10 feet away, joyfully looking at her baby like, do you see?
Bad parenting.
Do you see?
Straight to jail.
Like,
right away.
Yeah. Like, not only she's joyfully encouraging her baby to look at something so disgusting that baby does not even need to see, but the consequences of that, rather than encouraging and passing legislature and legislative documents that punish parents for not transitioning their kids when they come out and they're like, I think I feel like a boy when I'm a girl.
For transitioning their children.
Punish them for exposing their kids to naked men.
keep children
Punish
pure.
the naked man for exposing himself to the child. Where have we gotten so ass backwards with laws these days? Like, I remember indecent exposure, that used to be a thing.
Now it's like, no, we should be more indecent.
More indecent.
Not enough. If it's not enough exposure, then you're homophobic.
But if it's a straight white man who decides to take a piss by a playground, he gets labeled as a sex offender.
So
Right.
it just depends on the situation, and
Who
the
you
time,
are.
and the place,
But
and
you
who you're
know,
in front of, and who's watching.
nowadays-
What is it for?
Nowadays, a straight white man can just take a piss by a playground and then be like, oh, but I identify as a woman. Oh, well, sir, say no more.
Yes, say less. If
Say
you
no
are
more.
wearing the rainbow flag, then you're good to go.
Yes. Ugh, what a mess.
What a mess. But that was just something that we couldn't wait till we get back to
Yeah.
the studio to do, because it's top of the news, and guys, it's
Because
things
it's
like
very
this
important.
that remind you to use your voice.
Yes. Use your voice. Don't be afraid to use it. Even if somebody disagrees with you, there's always going to be somebody that disagrees with you. And you just learn to live through that and continue to learn and live and believe in those beliefs and values that you stand by.
Use your voice, and you will find your people
Yes.
that will also want to speak up with you. So,
You
yeah.
got people behind you. Us.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for listening, and we will see you guys when we get back to Nashville.
See you on the next one.